Hello, and welcome to the Observer's Eye. For English, press 1. Para español, número dos. Okay, in this episode, we're going to talk about why opening your heart is better than protection, meaning trying to protect your heart, meaning energetically or some kind of way where you feel you have to protect your feelings doesn't work and opening your heart does. What is protection? What is that? A lot of I'm doing this video and I say protection and I think about a condom. I don't know why I think about that because it's like, sex is supposed to be something that you enjoy, but if you have a sense of protection in the middle of that, it's like you're not really fully enjoying it, are you? You're not really like sharing yourself with that other person. Now I know protection means like, from sexually transmitted diseases and all the sort, but like the condom is representing probably mostly all of that, right? All of that nasty stuff. Or some people might think that having the condom on is to prevent yourself from getting pregnant. So I mean, there's like two things in there to juggle with: the fear of of a certain ailment, or using it to prevent creating a child, but still having the enjoyment. I'm still back and forth with that. Anyhow, when we look at protection, we look at it's like we're putting ourselves in that sense of danger. Because if you look at it energetically, if you look at it mentally, if you look at it in the law of attraction, if you look at it as, focusing your energy on something, if you're in a state of protection, that just means that there's something out there that is going to try and penetrate that protection. It's going to be something out there that's going to try and take that protection away from you. Now, I'm not trying to say this to invoke more mental stability, or not stability, more mental circus going on, where you start to think, oh well, if I protect myself from this, that means I'm focusing on protecting myself from this. Like, look, protection only means that you have something to lose. If you have something to lose and you think that you're going to lose it, you're most likely going to lose it. Or you spend so much of your energy trying to protect that thing that you don't want to lose, that thing that you don't want to lose gets destroyed. And yes, I'm talking about people as well. I'm not just talking about things, I'm talking about people. If you want to protect people from this and this and this, you're only hurting them more by thinking that you're protecting them, right? So protection only invokes more danger. And I don't want people to get protection mixed up with safety. Like if you're in a car and you're wearing a seatbelt, that's for your safety, you know what I mean? It's like, there's people out there who don't even have a damn driver's license, and they probably drive better than people who do have driver's license, and they're driving out there. And then there's just people out there who have, who are driving out there without any seatbelts, and they're doing perfectly fine. It's, I'm gonna make a video about energetics. How things attract certain things and mentality. I'll make a separate video on that, and you can watch that and you'll get a better understanding of what I mean by that. I want to share a but a show that I watched. There's several shows, and if you watch any type of show and they have this kind of theme, you'll see why it's important that opening your heart is better than protection. Dragon Ball Z. If any Dragon Ball Z fans out there or whatever watching, if you're not, then just get the basic underlining. You'll get the basic underlining what I'm talking about. So there's a Dragon Ball Z movie where this guy named Cooler, who's like related to Frieza, yeah, they do the name pun thing, and he got his energy a lot from absorbing Goku and Vegeta's energy. He gets his power from taking people's energy. So Goku and Vegeta, who are the main characters, who are heroines of the show, they're trying to fight him, but the more and more they try to fight him is the more power they take. So at a certain point in the movie, they got captured and they're powerless because they're in this thing, they're all wired up and all of their power is getting drained out of them. And the way they got out is because they pushed all of their power out, and it was overwhelming for the person, Wakula, who was taking all that energy, was too much for him. And they just kept pushing out, pushing out, pushing out. And it was so overwhelming, it just made that person explode and they got to defeat that person. If any show you watch, or action shows or anything like that, when there's that theme of like there's something sucking and the more you give out, it overwhelms that leech or whatever, that confirms that, you know, in a mental sense, that when you give out, when you push out your energy, your who you are, your expression, it dismantles the things that are trying to pull your energy. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's another way of saying it is like if you're, you know, shower them with positivity or, you know, kill them with kindness, something like that. Like that, in that kind of sense, yes, but like not in a sense in where you want to destroy them. Like that's not how the protection and opening your heart really means. And really, what you're doing when you're placing yourself in a state of protection is that you're actually blocking your heart from, you know, projecting out its own love, like projecting out its own expression, whatever expression you may have. By thinking that you're protecting yourself, you're cutting yourself off. And for those people who like to like go to those psychics or those people who like energetic people who like remove or place on protection on you on people, that, you know, that's only dampening you. Like the people who are doing those energetic work and like are really trying to help people by placing protection on them, you need to find someone who's gonna teach you how to open your heart, like to really push out who you are. There are things out there that are going to leech you, and it's only leeching you because you have something in yourself that you need to protect, right? And why does that even exist? Why does it exist that when you protect yourself, something wants to take that away from you? Because all of that energy, where everything comes from, wants you to be in your highest potential. And that means if you want to go out there and get wasted, you know, there's going to be things that happen to you that show you that getting wasted is not, you know, it's not the way. Throughout life, it's always trying to balance itself. If it's too much of this, it's going to push so much of this out, so it starts to balance. If it's too much of that, and, you know, so on and so forth. Watch my video on how to connect to the heart. And if that's not enough, get in there, find meditations, find certain things that's gonna trigger you into opening yourself and projecting out your energy of pure love. Like being in your loving state, whatever that is for you, that triggers that for you, because that loving state is always stable. You know, if you know that question, like, if you have an irremovable force and you have an unstoppable force, like if they collide, what would happen or something like that? I visualize, and I've meditated on this answer. My answer is that when the unstoppable force collides with the immovable force, what happens is the immovable force hits the unstoppable, but it's doing this. Now, the unstoppable force, is it really stopping? Take a look, like, is it really stopping? No, it's still moving. It's still doing what it's, you know, intended to do. It's immovable. Like, it's still moving. And the unstoppable, it's still there, it's unstoppable. But what are these things doing? They're connected, right? They're connected to each other and they're working. They're in balance. They're kind of like, you know, neutralized, but they're still within their space. And I think that's what we're trying to do in this life. What we are all trying to do is to really trying to find the balance in ourselves and really be in our presence. And by doing that, by being in that space, there is no reason to protect anything. Not one drop. There's nothing for you to protect. I mean, like, literally, like, to get to like the high, like I visualize like the highest expression of that when really fully taken on, you fly. You know what I'm saying? You literally fly. Like, even when you're in that sense of that space, it's like that mother who lifts a car to get her child out from under it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that powerful. And I know that getting to that high point sounds impossible, because it really is when you're thinking in the back of your head, well, I can't do that. You know what I mean? And like, you know, it just reminds me of a movie that my wife just watched. I think it was Eddie the Eagle, something like that. If you really want to understand, like, defying odds and going beyond and opening your heart in this sense, watch that movie, Eddie the Eagle. Like, just watch movies like that. Look at people who are like that, and like, you'll see that they go against the odds. Like, it's possible. It's possible to break down the protection, break down the walls, and shine. Like, look at the sun. Like, is there any protection around the sun? Like, no. It's just a ball of energy. Like, it's just continuously just giving out energy. And it's like, it's unbelievable. Like, we can all be the sun, dude. Like, and dudettes, like, we can do it. Well, I'm Kevin Delwell, and I'm the Observer's Eye, and that is why the open up the heart is better than protection. Now, you can subscribe to me. You can sign up to my newsletter, which is below, and how to unlock the key elements to a happier life. Or you can have a one-to-one session with me, which would probably boost you going into that direction that you want to go in your life. And this could be under anything, any subject. You can talk to me. Once you get in, you come out feeling like $1 billion, or £1 billion, or £1 billion yen, whatever currency you're in. Just go to my website, theobserverseye.com/S services, and you can talk to me. You know, be you, be love, and be groovy. I'll talk to you later.